my name is Innocent Manyenga, and today I've got two men who went to Uganda, along with, how many were you guys again?
In total, including management, we're about 42.
All right. Together with 40 other men and women. There were women in there, right?
Yep.
For when men and women, and they decided to conquer all of Uganda and all of Africa, and brought us this amazing trophy. But that's not the only thing that you guys brought us. It's also a ticket to the Rugby World Cup, and we're going to be talking about everything that transpired before and during and after the Rugby Africa Cup. And with me I've got Brian, I beg your pardon, and Hilton. Guys, how are you doing? You know what I did there? I just
put them together.
Yeah,
I see. I got you.
So I'm amazing. Wasn't a mistake. Absolutely intentional. Guys, thank you very much for coming today. And I will start. We've had conversations today, and obviously we've had interviews today. And for the benefit of our audience on social media, you guys have gotten into camp and you're getting ready for the Rugby Africa Cup. You guys probably knew what the target was. Yeah. Yes, the trophy was important, but was it really the trophy or that ticket to the Rugby World Cup, Hilton?
Yeah, no, definitely was the ticket to the World Cup. I think it's something that we've been speaking about. It was the elephant in the room, I think, for the whole country. Everyone has been speaking about it, and we've been trying for so long. So for us to come into camp knowing exactly what we were targeting was really good for us. And I think this journey actually started a year before that. So it wasn't necessarily when we arrived at camp before we left for Uganda. This started way before. Just to get the guys' minds right and trying to achieve what we wanted to achieve, which is the ticket and this beautiful trophy.
So the previous tournament was sort of like a dress rehearsal for this one.
Yeah.
This one was a big one, Brian.
Massive. And I think winning the previous one was a big boost. I think going into last year's Africa Cup, with how we had fared in the previous qualifiers, a lot of the concentration was just on staying in Group A for a chance to qualify this year. So I think the biggest focus last year, which is a good thing in hindsight, is we were focusing on one match at a time. And at that time, before we went to Uganda, the focus was on winning against Uganda in the first fixture last year. And once that happened, we were happy that we've achieved that goal and we get to stay in Group A. Then the next hurdle was meeting up Namibia and giving it a good go. And that goal was a very good goal because I think we won that fixture 32 points to 10 with them scoring a try in the last, I believe it was the last 7 or so minutes. So from losing against Namibia for 23 years to winning convincingly, in a semi-final, that was something that just, reignited the fire in the guys. Then I think from that point on, guys just decided, they're like, hey, let's go and win. There's no point of defeating a massive foe than just, falling short in the final. Let's go and go all the way. And Algeria, it was tightly contested for about 55 minutes. After Tapiwa Mufura's converted penalty, then just opened up. Then that finished 29 points to 3. Yeah. And so I think just like Hilton said, when we won last year, guys then understood that what was required to qualify and what was possible to do was to win again this year and get the golden ticket to the World Cup, which is something that hadn't happened in 34 years. For a lot of the players hadn't even been born yet. I think of the squad that was in Uganda over the last campaign, there were about 3 or 4 players that were born. That would be Fraser, Ian, and myself. Yeah. So out of the whole squad, only 3 guys were born. Not to say that they knew what a World Cup was at that time, because we were only a year old. Yeah, but...
Is it something that is mainly for the coaches and the management, or there's also a bigger chunk that needs to be done by the players themselves to say, you know what, we might play different, or there might be tension between me and Brian, but forget all of that. We're doing this for Zimbabwe.
I think that's the brilliance of Coach Pete and his technical squad. Being able to communicate the goal that we want to achieve, being able to get players to buy into that, and putting all the differences aside and just rallying behind that one banner. People can want to play rugby for different reasons. People can want to be in the setup for different reasons. But the fact that this time around, the reasons are all aligned. Everyone is rallying behind this one goal, from technical staff, from the trust, through to players. Guys knew exactly what we were going for. We weren't just going to travel to see. We were going to bring back the golden ticket for the country. And it's a culmination of dreams of players that are playing currently, players that we've played with in the past, the future that's coming into the setup. If we look at it, it's just a change of mindset. Because if you take, for instance, Hilton and I, we started playing quite a while back. We've both played against Namibia at our worst. We've received 80 points and 60 points respectively from Namibia. These same 2 guys who were in the squads that beat Namibia, you know, back to back. So it can be manpower added, but the biggest thing is just that shift in mindset. It's no longer an individual wanting to beat Namibia. It's a whole squad believing that we've got an opportunity to do it. We can do it. There's no reason why we shouldn't, and there's no reason why we can't.
And just to add on to that, sorry, it's like what Brian said, mindset, and also just the way that everyone bought in. Rugby is it's a squad game. We have 15 guys on the pitch. You have 8 guys that are on the bench, and then obviously you have non-playing guys as well. Obviously, you're always going to be disappointed to not be in the squad because everyone plays this game to play. But I think the biggest advantage we had was how everyone bought in, especially the non-playing guys. The way they helped prepare the team before we played Kenya, before we played Namibia. So some of the non-playing guys were studying Kenya's lineouts, for example. And then at training, they are
Kenya.
They're essentially Kenya.
They're
training,
Kenya. Oh,
right?
Genius.
Which allowed us in the game, the guys that are on the field, to understand, okay, when this happens or when this guy's standing here, it's most likely going to go there. Because they've already seen it before. So the buy-in from everyone was unreal. Yes, you're always going to be disappointed. You want to play, but you quickly get over that, and then you say to yourself, how can I prepare this team to be successful? And that's why I believe we were successful as a group.
And you know what, I'm actually impressed, because to have that, can I call it humbleness, to then say, you know what, I might not be in the first 15, but I'm going to play my part to make sure that the first 15 is going to get us that result. That is absolutely amazing, and probably testament to the reason why we've got this cup here in the studio right now. And when you guys were playing, I know you're talking about mentality and you getting hammered by Namibia over and over again. We spoke about this off air, and I was saying that when you guys were in the semi-final, my thoughts were like, yeah, that's it. This is Kenya. We know Kenya. We got past Kenya. I was like, cool. We've achieved. We got Namibia. They're probably gonna hammer us because we beat them last time. And if I'm out here saying that, I can imagine the person that has been beaten over and over by this same team going into a final. That means a ticket to the World Cup. Brian, I'm going to ask you specifically, how did you switch that? Yeah, I've been beaten before. They're probably going to beat us again. How did you switch that off?
So I'll tell you, that if we look at everything, if we bring everything into context, as a player, we speak amongst each other. We always have discussions after fixtures and whatnot. And back then, I think this was 2023, coming into 2024, Hilton and I were sitting in the back of the bus, driving from Zambia. And we were just
I know the
talking
reason
about
why you guys were sitting in the back of the bus, though.
seniors.
Yeah, seniors sit in the back of the bus, and they're the chanters as well. Anyway.
So yeah, we were having a discussion talking about, hey, look, we've started off well, 2024 season. We started with a win against Zambia. We went away, we won again against Zambia. Going forward, you know, what do we need? So we did speak about how just our minds thinking about rugby, just rugby, has already had a certain switch. All thanks to our Sables Trust that has made sure that we're not thinking about resources, we're not thinking about water, we're not thinking about payment, we're not thinking about all the other things that could distract us. So just getting that sense of zen and quietness to focus on rugby, that's the first thing. Second thing we spoke about, you know, what coach actually then did is to get guys who focus on specific parts of the game. So if you focus on set piece, which we were talking about lineouts just now, focusing on the lineout, focusing on scrums, focusing on defense, because if you look at the modern game, everyone can score. Absolutely everyone can score. But it goes down to who can defend the longest and the hardest. Who's going to, you know, grab the coveted prize. So, you know, we were speaking about those things, and funny enough, when it came to camp, we've got someone who's focusing on defense, we've got someone who's focusing on set piece. And once it got to that, what people were used to in terms of fans and people who watch or are in the rugby fraternity, they haven't seen or sensed those changes. But as players, what we've been quietly asking for and hoping for has happened. So now, if subconsciously you're hoping for something to happen, subconsciously you're then going to, you know, switch that, okay, now it's time to actually focus on the rugby because all that we used to be worried about has been covered. So now we go on the park, we train hard, we work hard, everything is covered. And if we look at interviews before we went to Uganda last year, we spoke, I don't know if people paid attention, but at that time, it was already showing that guys had belief. And I remember so many people asking me last year that, yo, how do you think we're going to feel? I was like, hey, you guys are going to be surprised at how the team is going to perform. Obviously, last year, you know, we knew, well, we were very confident that we'd beat Uganda, which then happened. Winning was now something else that was added onto the focus. But now when that happened, when we got to this year, it was never a question about, the team that beat us, you know, all those points. It was now a new challenge to see how far we can go with this newfound focus and this newfound professionalism and the different aspects of the game. So when it got to the final, it wasn't a matter of thinking about those 80 to 60, 80 points, 60 points, whatever the case may be. It was a matter of pulling it off again because we can do it and we're capable. We've done it before. Now we need to prove that even if people believe that that was Namibia's second team, it doesn't matter who you put ahead of us. If you put a rat in front of us, a cat, a lion, we are still going to overcome. And I think just this campaign was a matter of proving to each other and proving to the nation that, look, the team that is now in front of you, this is what you get when the house is in order.
You guys made a lot of people believe, including the guy who's sitting next to you right now. The messaging that you were talking about before you left for the previous Rugby Africa Cup, you guys were talking about qualifying. This is dress rehearsal for qualifying for the World Cup. In my head, that route was probably what you call them, the
Reportage.
Yeah. That was the route. Yeah, that was the route that in my head I was like, okay, cool. This is what the guys are gonna do. They're gonna go to the Africa Cup. They played against Uganda. You guys won against Uganda? Wow, okay. Namibia. Whoa, you guys won against Namibia? Wow, okay. Cool. Then when you came back, I was like, yeah, congratulations, but yeah, it was just for the cup.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about something more than that. So when you guys went there, I was like, yeah, second is cool. Second is cool. But you were telling me in your camp, you were like, no, we're not looking for second. We're going all the way, and we're picking that up. And I will tell you this, all over social media, people were saying, you know what, we've got sports in Zimbabwe that are backed like no man's business. Like, people don't even think twice about backing those sports. And when it comes to delivering, we got nothing. Those sportsmen, no share to them. They're well paid, right? But the results are not coming in. And then you've got this group of men who are saying, you know what? Yeah, I know you guys don't see much of us, but we're going to prove to you that we're going to go there. And everyone on social media was at the passion that you guys have was absolutely fantastic. And guys, congratulations and thank you. We get to smile because it's 149 all out. Anyway, let's not talk about them. Yes. We've gone to the Rugby Africa Cup. We're there now. First match done. We're facing Kenya. What are we thinking?
We obviously knew that they had done a lot of preparation beforehand. They spent some time in South Africa, I think like a month and a half or something like that. Played against some quality opposition. Some of the teams in South Africa, they played against the Baby Box as well. So in terms of preparation, they'd done their preparation. So we always knew they were going to be tough. Kenyans, naturally amazing athletes. So we knew we were going to have our work cut out. But what we knew we had over them was rugby IQ, right? They're proper athletes, but we knew we had rugby IQ. But fair play to them, they've definitely improved from previous Kenyan years, where their rugby IQ was also starting to match us. You know, if we look at the game, they studied us to a point where we were like, okay, we need to start finding other ways to try beat these guys, because something that worked for us wasn't now working for us because they were shutting that down. So credit to them.
Oh, they've done their studies just like you guys had done.
Just like we had done our studies as well. So yeah, it was tough. And then obviously going into the game, it was a bit of a back and forth. And then just before halftime, they took the lead. Naturally, you know, a team will go into the changing rooms thinking, oh, guys, heads down. It's happening all over again. But not this group. And I keep going back to that word mindset. The mindset of this group is something that I haven't experienced in my 11, 12 years of Zimbabwe rugby, where there was no panic in the change room. Everyone was calm. We knew we were still in the game. All we needed was 3 points here, 3 points there, and then a try there. Then things started opening up. So there was never a sense of panic, like, oh, guys, that's it.
Oh, that's good for you. I was panicking.
I know, I'm pretty sure everyone else was panicking. But that's how this team is. That's how much we've grown as individuals and as a group. And then also, I think what worked in our favor in that game was our bomb squad, which is our bench. They came on and took the game to the next level. And this is why I said earlier, rugby is no longer a 15-man sport, right? Everyone has a part to play. You know, usually if you sat on the bench, you're probably sulking. You're thinking, I should be playing or whatever it is. But now we have that mindset of, I have a job to do. Whether I'm on for 5 minutes, whether I'm on for 15 or 20, when I come on, I need to make a difference. And that is what carried us over the line in that game.
Now I know why my school cricket team never won. Because every time I was the 13th man, I was like, yeah, exactly. But the unity in this, position hate. the cohesion within your team is absolutely fantastic. But we can't sit here and say there wasn't one or two who were like, that you had to
Training.
in the squad.
I think that's just the way of sport. Just like you were saying now, you gave a perfect example of it. It's always also been a case of, teams or players in the past of wishing ill the guys who have gone to represent because you're not part of the setup. And it's unfortunate. A lot of people are guilty of it. But I think this time around, players going in, they sensed that, that may be the case, but we're not going to allow that noise to infiltrate. So you'll have people who will wish ill. Luckily, like in the squad, there was none of that. Obviously, there'll be someone who's just...
Was not part of the squad?
Well, in the squad that went, there was none of that.
Yeah.
But in the squad that went, we'd have people who challenge each other to bring out the best. So you'd have someone who'd be like, hey, look, bruh, you know your position. You know what you're supposed to do. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. So next game, you need to step it up. So it seems like it's an attack, but it's actually someone willing you on to do better because they know that you're capable of doing better. Wangu ita something. I know you're better than this. I know you're better than this, so step it up and let's get over the gain line. And that is welcome because now we're bringing out the best, in each other, and I don't think there's a problem with that. But long gone are the days where we are listening to people who are wishing ill because it's unfortunate that's the culture that's in our sport, that whenever things are at a point where it's high stakes, we crumble. So this campaign for us was also a way to change the Zimbabwean supporters' mind that that's not the case with Zim Sports. We can excel. We've got Team Netball goes to the World Cup. Like for netball, my James is standard.
But
we can will it on. That can change because it's not a matter of not being able. We've got the talent. It's just the mind needs to be right. It needs to be aligned with physicality. It needs to be aligned with the whole squad. We all need to rally behind one banner. It's a team sport, and unfortunately you can't rely on an individual to do it because when push comes to shove, that individual is, a little under the weather. That's where the team comes in. So, my individuals are no challenge. I'm squad. I understand that. Stuff like that.
It's great that you guys are doing this, and you know what? Just sidetracking. It's surprising that the two sports that are not well backed but not well backed are the ones that are probably the most successful here in the country. We can't run away from, or maybe let's finish off with what we want to do, but then we'll get back to the resources and the push, the drive. We're done with Namibia. We've beaten them for the second time. We've qualified for the World Cup. We're in the changing room. We're celebrating. But we're still asking, what are we going to do at the World Cup? Are we going to make up the numbers? Or are we going to prove that we can be challengers, we can be a nuisance? We might not win it, but we can be a nuisance. Is that what we are trying to do?
Yeah, that's definitely the mindset. We don't want to just go there and just be a number. We want to go there and show what the Sables are all about, what Zimbabwe is all about. We're not only representing our country, but we're representing our continent as well, along with South Africa. So for us, it's to go out there and be as competitive as possible, but we know that there's going to be hard work that needs to be put in. We can't just arrive there and play a tier 1 team and expect that things will happen. But that's the nice thing about having this period where we've got we've got time to prepare, to make sure that by come the World Cup, we're in a position where we can go out there and be confident enough to be as competitive as possible. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to just go there and be a number and just say, guys, Taiwan World Cup, and that's okay for us. We want to go there and put our best foot forward, represent the country well, and be noticed by the world. Yeah.
Brian?
Just to add on to what Captain is saying, I think if we look at Namibia's run since 2003, they've played 26 fixtures on the world stage, and they've played them. Their games with the advancement that they should have been getting. They're games where it should have been a point where at this last World Cup, they're now actually knocking and challenging. Right? But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. You see, so now we've got an opportunity to change that narrative. That because the team is from Africa doesn't mean that we're just there to be wowed. We are also rugby players. We can play the sport, and we've gotten here by merit, not by luck or by giving a free ticket. We've earned it. So we need to show that what we've earned it for a purpose.
For a purpose,
we want to go. We want to compete, but we also know that being able to compete to get to that level requires us to work hard in between. And luckily, we've got about 2 years, a year and a half to prepare, which is, I think, more than enough time to get into great shape to go and perform once we get to the world stage. Speaking on that, I think it's just a no-brainer. We definitely need more resources. More resources, facilities, training-wise, competition that we face, because the rugby we're getting into is different, intensity-wise. Just the mindset that we're talking about, the mindset that you need to get into, it's a different beast that we're now going to tackle. But it's not a beast that can't be tackled. As long as we prepare and we're ready for it, we can give it our best shot, which is now the culture of the sport. If you're given an adequate chance and you're given adequate resources, give it your best shot. And once you do that, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, we talk about resources, but it's very broad. Very broad. Well, what are we talking about when we say resources? I know the main sponsor, Nedbank's been doing well for you guys. But what is it exactly that you guys need to say, you know what, for us to compete, we need this, we need this, we need that?
Well, for a campaign, we're probably looking at what, like...
Six so, World Cup campaign, just for the World Cup campaign. This is now going to Australia. Is pegged at about $6 million. So that's 2027's budget for the campaign. Now, if we look at preparing will probably come up to maybe half of that or close to for the rest of this year, the whole of next year. Because what you want is your training to be in order, to be able to bring the guys together for alignment, to make sure that the guys are well kept, well fed, well trained. Also, the teams that we are facing. We're no longer wanting to limit ourselves to the teams we've been currently facing. We now need to expand. We now need to play. Unfortunate enough, we're now in the Cup of Nations. This win also guaranteed that Zimbabwe is now in the Cup of Nations up until 2031. We're going to be playing from the 13th ranked team to the 24th ranked team. So 13th ranked, you've got Japan. You've got your Uruguay's, you've got Hong Kong, USA, Canada. All those teams are in there. So now those are the people we want to face. Now you don't just face those people by saying, guys, come through. So that's clear cut. There are no negotiations. Oh, you want this team to come through, this team, for that whole team to travel to Zim, it requires this amount.
Yeah.
You know, 120K or whatever the case may be. It's not a number that you can change or negotiate.
Yeah.
If Zim needs to travel, to go to the States, to go wherever that the fixture needs to be held, Japan, the amount is the amount. And the standards required by World Rugby when you travel are the standards. Those are things that can't be changed. So it's not a matter of trying to fix around or play with the figures. It's fulfilling. So yeah, that's now just the reality. So so now, once those resources come in, they also need to be used properly. And luckily, the team that is running the show, just
on point.
They're friggin' fire, absolute fire. And when that happens, it's just as it is on the field. Same thing when it comes to our corporates coming together, working as a team. It's going to require more than one sponsor. I mean, if one sponsor can fork out 6 or 10 million for now,
that's going to be heavy.
That's cool. But if you allow us to work together, then it makes it easier because we can't go around these figures. Those resources are required to go and fulfill those fixtures. Those resources are required to make sure that the team is at its best possible form when we go to the world stage. We don't want to be, obviously, lights are going to be there, but we don't want that to be, you know, having a bit of an effect on the players on top of other things that we could have controlled. So yeah, it's a big ask, but it's also achievable if our corporates bring it together. And the thing is, the support actually just goes beyond Zim. Funny enough, the diaspora believed before some of the local fraternity did. Like, I remember when we would fly back from Kenya when we fly back from Uganda last year, you'd have guys on the flight be like, hey, we were following you guys. Well done. You're like, oh. You know, guys aren't used to that yet, but those guys were on it. They were like, hey, we want jerseys, and it's just,
Here's hoping that you do. You know what? You guys have done your best, and you've proven to everyone that you can compete. And there's absolutely no reason for anyone to then say, no, we can't back these guys when 149 all out can be backed. Which can?
That is involved.
No, you guys are not involved. My personal. Anyway. Just joking there. Guys, now we're going to talk about, we're done with the serious stuff. Ndanoziya manje team. Wanotaurisa, watinoziya kuti auya zvinhu zvadhakwa. Ndiana. Vane uhedha ma-walk ride vapi? I was telling you in the morning, I was saying, I was on the Ugandan TikTok, right? And then see this guy, chutty. I'm like, here's the Sables. I'm like, I know this guy. But why is Uganda rugby?
He's famous in Uganda.
I'm like, how come I don't have this? I actually called, what's his name? Jeff. I called Jeff. I was like, Jeff.
What's cutting?
Yeah, that's why are they on Uganda rugby and not?
This man is famous in Uganda.
Yeah,
what actually happened, that was after, I think we had a session at the gym or something.
Yeah.
Then Rugby Africa, their guys were there. But one of their guys, Hassan, shout out Hassan, he is he's Ugandan. So the footage that he captures for Rugby Africa, he's already got access to it. So he was just like, this is too fire to keep for. So as soon as he was done, he was like, hey, pa! And we didn't even know.
Yeah.
The next morning we woke up and guys were like, hey, you are Chuti.
Who's Chuti now?
Chuti, that's guys. What are you about? So yeah, when we showed that, I was crazy. Then it actually started from when we arrived. Because when we arrived, I think guys from last year, they saw that, look, this team has got energy. So when we arrived, they're already there. Then the person who does a lot of the media in Uganda, Denise, she's on the ball with a lot of rugby in Africa and a lot of rugby around the world. So she was there because I think she knew that. So yeah, just from the welcome, I will send you the stuff. Just from the welcome, when we arrived at the airport, I think Zimbabwe has got the most unique arrival. So from there, then it just carried on. So it was just now people following the team to see, what else they're going to produce for us. So luckily for them, they were there, right place, right time, and the team was producing the goods.
Former PE?
Yes.
You used to do this at school, isn't it?
You see,
so it just carries to
straightforward.
Yeah,
like it's not that complicated.
Yeah, it's not. And you know what? This is testament that we are a peaceful nation in Zimbabwe. That a bulldog is actually set next to a cat. And we're not fighting. We're not fighting.
It's okay,
it's okay.
We'll let the dog have his day.
Yeah, my TV.
We'll let the dog have his day.
Yeah, the only time you can get back at me is on the pitch, and you ain't never gonna see me there.
As I'm not stepping on.
I'm not. You know what? I've always been the backing vocalist, but to lead, where's the inspiration? Kana ungoita panobeat at PE.
No, God given.
Yeah, God given.
Family spokesperson amongst the cousins. Yeah. So our family is very loud.
Yeah.
So immediate family and relatives. So those holidays when we get together, it's jovial. It comes from singing my hymns at church before prayers at night and whatnot. So now when we're amongst cousins just talking about, remember, so now that happens, then you take that war cry, you're like, I'm in school. Let me just see if people will respond. Boom, people respond. Catches fire, you learn other ones, you enjoy other ones. But what people don't see is this is an opportunity to still be a schoolboy whilst you're a grown-up. And no one is going to judge you. Yes. And I can tell you there's so many gents who long for those days where you can freely just goof around and have a great time and just, bring back that nostalgia and no one's judging you. You're actually just all genuinely enjoying singing yourself, together, the camaraderie, and just supporting something that's wholesome and, women as well. It's actually shocking that you'll have women who'll be like, hey, that one, so why aren't you doing it? But you think about it, and they don't have a platform. So they're not really involved in any sporting code or sporting discipline. So this is an opportunity for people to jump on and album.
Don't give up your day job. That's it. How are you handling?
He's honestly, he's great. He's great for the group. And I think the best part about our group is when it's time to be serious, we're very serious. But when it's time to joke around and have fun, we joke around and have fun. And it's a team buy-in. It's not like Panama group or whatever, or whatever you might think, but everyone kind of buys in. Even the guys that didn't go to schools where war cries were a thing, you'll find guys learning the words and joining in and having fun. And that's what you want. Because I always say, whenever you're having fun in something that you're doing, right, it almost doesn't feel like it's work, right? We get an opportunity to play this game. Yes, it comes with pressure. We have to deliver, but we get to do that because we love it. And then something that I like to write a lot in my diary. So before games, I set myself goals and things like that. And so after I've finished everything that I want to achieve, right, I always write, play with a smile on your face, every single time, because I get to do that. It doesn't last for long, but then I get to do that in that moment. So just make sure that you enjoy it. So he's a great guy in terms of that. I know it's like a light-hearted feel where guys can enjoy, express themselves and be themselves.
Yeah,
Musazofunga kuti handitambe also.
But I'm
Magets.
Oh, I need a serious.
Yeah, I need a serious.
Yeah.
I'm not serious.
But DG 10%. 90%.
I'm serious.
Now I know why he's the captain. Hey! Right into the time. When was the last time I wrote? Rugari, are you taking... Yeah, work with smiles on your face.
Smiles on your face.
Everyone, smile. Camera person, smile. Enjoy what you're doing. Be like these guys. Yes, obviously, Anandan, standard comedian when you munai.
Takawanda Ghost Diva.
Oma mchitizo nichero kamtarisa hasina utaona. What's up with Cheng?
Cheng is an Asian Zimbabwean who can speak Shona. And Wokraya no farira. Crap, I've forgotten. But in the Shona and the Yakadzama. But you come tell us, this guy is not even. But he's Zimbabwe. So now, with that in mind, whenever you look at him, you're like, so fascinating what the country produces.
I got a friend like that, Dennis Mambera. Looking at him, you start chuckling before he even says anything. So, yeah. The most serious is, of course, the captain.
Nah.
No.
So, who?
He's serious, but let's see. Hapana mnazungazika. Kana coach Keto anoseka.
Avanga potato.
But professionals, we've got Captain, we've got Ian, Brendan, Siggy, Klopas, Jace, Blythe, Tapiwa, Godis, yeah.
Who's the hot end?
Brendo.
100%.
Brendo.
Brendan could be my best friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hot head.
And the Magets, because talent, you can't contain. He's just friggin' fire.
Yeah.
He's so
Fire.
talented.
And he knows it.
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should. No. I would ask that one. I want to ask that one. Family friendly.
Okay. What of the race?
That of the race.
I know. I tell you to Rovanyama field. Everyone tackles. You have to tackle.
But who tackles the hardest?
A good defender in the squad. Blythe puts in big hits. Yep. Sira big hits. Mashawi big hits. Brendan also big hits. Yeah. So our centers, we're very fortunate to have such a center combination as those guys, because you've got brute force and you've got finesse in that pairing. So it's.
I know you guys, you play well and everything, but who's the glue in the team? Because I know. Brian Anufara utamba na innocent, Hilton Anufara utamba na nini. But who's the glue? Who's the one that just links everyone in the team?
Do you know what? I think every player understands that they serve that role.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily rely on an individual to bring guys together. Yeah. So I think if we try to label it to one person, it could almost be just labeling for the sake of labeling. But
everybody has a responsibility.
Everyone has a role to play.
Yeah. Obviously, seniors know when to kind of manufacture setups for everyone to be in one place, and to get things going. But everyone serves their purpose in the cohesion.
Why is it that the seniors have to sit in the back?
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
What's so special about the back seat in the bus?
Or comfort. And you have to overlook and stuff like that.
Oh.
Captain can't sit right at the back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just been a... that's actually been a thing since... like from previous captains. As a captain, you can't sit right at the back. It's always one before. Why? I don't know why.
Sakayake we second last.
Second last.
And then I think backseat ndiye mapenzi. Arungonzi masenior. The loudest.
Do you know what? That's not the case.
Wow.
Because the loudest.
Inzwa.
I promise you. Pane my juniors are mu team medu avana vane volume
too much.
Muchavanzwa.
Serious?
Yeah. Anti rugby Zimbabwe rugby Sables makwize muchavanzwa.
Yeah, all right.
Muchavanzwa.
Before we close off, guys, most embarrassing thing that happened at the Rugby Africa Cup?
It's embarrassing.
PG-13.
Fortunately, it's a picture that you'll never see.
Guys. So what's the point?
I was with there.
No, no good. What have we done?
Yeah, bye. So picture
You'll never see it, but yes, I do. Yeah.
But let's see, is there anything outside of that?
You can't tell me you guys are well behaved. Yeah.
I don't know if it was embarrassing. It was just a bit bizarre when Ghost ran onto the field before the game was over.
Oh, yes.
So that final penalty, like for guys who understand rugby, they understand that that penalty, that's essentially the end of the game. But still the process needs to take place.
Done, yeah.
So we need to tap the ball and kick it out. Then the final whistle goes. But just as soon as the penalty went up, pane one way do. Akapinda mfield ungambata. Akashika kuna, I think akashika bana Blythe kana good. Akatomuhaga. The ref almost reversed the penalty. Tuangu. Then he's like, oh, sorry. Like boss.
It reminds me of Jürgen Klopp, goal ya Origi. He runs off onto the pitch. Oh gosh. Guys, we will have conversations like this, and hopefully we'll have you back with the other teammates.
Yeah, definitely.
So we can have a conversation. But thank you very much for coming over here, and congratulations. Thank you, guys. You're making you've got us smiling because I forgot to ask. Any of you play cricket?
Yeah, I used to play back in my day.
Yeah,
don't answer, boss.
It's a trap. We need you. we need you guys. Anyway, that's a look at the Sables. They won the Rugby Africa Cup ticket to the Rugby World Cup. We wish them all the best. Happy viewing. Good day.
Thank you. Cheers.